Good old buddy James.
Oh, James, you scoundrel.
Don't we love James?
Just a little stinker, isn't he?
Best cinematic character of 2026 so far.
Oh, God.
Well, I am Leon. This is Two Pos in a Pod. I am joined with Silas again.
No.
And Silas, what are we here to review today?
We are here to return to Silent Hill.
Yes. I've never seen any of the other Silent Hill movies, but somehow I'm returning.
Yes.
You've seen the other ones, right? But like a long time ago.
Yeah, but honestly, to my knowledge, like none of these actually just connect. It's just another fucking Silent Hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like that none of the movies connect. I kind of got that vibe. It didn't seem like there was any like references.
The only ones I remember are those ones with that chick that's I forget her name, but anyway, was just a clusterfuck of different fucking Silent Hills put together, basically. And this one, it does stick really to the second game.
Yeah, which is like the most loved one, right?
Yeah, it's the one that most people do think of fucking Silent Hill.
Yeah. It's or PT. I feel like PT or like Silent Hill 2.
PT would be more popular if it was a full game, sir.
And if it was actually some people could still access it too.
Yeah, no. That's not game. That's not game anymore. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. It's gone. Well,
if you still have it, you should delete it right now. You're not supposed to have that, guys. You're not supposed to have that.
We got Return to Silent Hill with good old character James from Silent Hill, who I believe is the main character of Silent Hill 2. So he's the main character in this movie too. And as always, we're gonna save spoilers until the end. I think it's gonna be kind of hard for this one because I don't know. I just was thinking about that after we got out of this like an hour or two ago. I was like, I feel like it's gonna be kind of hard to like avoid some of the spoilers with this, but then again, I feel like people aren't really gonna give a shit. But at the same time, like, and it's also an adaptation of the second one, so it's kind of, there was even things, even though you're a little fuzzy on it, where you're going like, oh, is this gonna be this thing from the game and stuff like that, and then it ended up being most of the time I feel like what you thought it was basically gonna be from like the second game.
Yeah, they were doing a good job following a lot of the stuff from the game for a while, and then there's like then we'll get to it. There's a part where it does kind of drift off, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're like, where it's trying to tell you something, but you don't know which one's accurate.
True.
That shenanigans.
But yeah,
or it's hinting at something else. You're like, I hate that one.
It's kind of a kind of an interesting movie because it kind of drops us in. I feel like at a point into the story that the second game, from what I remember, doesn't start off with. Like it kind of quickly gets to, I think, the point that the second game starts with, but like they kind of add like a new intro almost, essentially, and right off the bat, it was kind of showing me with this different intro, at least from what I remember, of kind of like how bad this was gonna be. With just like right off the bat, like not even 5 minutes into this movie, and like you can already tell like the acting, the writing, the line delivery and stuff like that. I would say the acting and line delivery not as bad, even though still not great at points, but the writing in particular is just like, holy shit, like this is really, really bad. And I think, funny enough, they start the movie off with literally some of the worst and funniest, like laughably bad shit of this movie, like with just that chick trying to get on the bus.
Oh yeah,
and everything
with Mary. Yeah.
I was just like,
it starts off with how I met your Mary,
and me and you were basically both just like, what the fuck, like, or whatever, because like that, like he almost gets in a car accident and avoids the truck, but then basically like his car like spins around, he ends up like hitting one of
Mary's luggage.
One of her luggage, and it knocks it into the road.
Honestly,
and then,
why the hell does she have luggage just right in there in the middle of the road? Too?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's another question.
And also, I don't see why they had to do all that to basically like set up her luggage falling or whatever. and stuff too. I was like, I feel like they could have done this in a way more simple way or whatever. Or why couldn't it have just been he was going down the road and then just noticed like she was, I don't know. It just seemed like they tried to like over dramatize that with like a truck coming at him and everything, and then him having to like swing out of the way, and then like almost nearly killing her, and then killing and then fucking up her baggage, and then like no one seemed to react to that at all, really, like how this guy just nearly almost killed her, and then
Just
like
a casual. Oh my
yeah,
bad, dude.
yeah, exactly, like, oh, okay, like, sorry, like, you
Let me help you
okay,
with that.
let
get
me
your
help
shit
you with
back.
that, as he like walks over and just starts picking up her clothes and like chucking it like into the fucking like suitcase and everything. It's just already right off the bat, like I said, I was just like, ooh, we are in for something here, aren't we?
Mm.
And I'd say as it goes along, it definitely improves. Um, and I'd also say that even though this was not great, this is currently like just getting absolutely like shit on by
Yeah.
people online, like where this is like a 2 or 3 or 4 out of 10. And I guess even though I thought it was bad, there were still things I thought they did well enough that I think it would still get a failing grade to me, but it's closer to almost being passable, I would say.
Mm.
But like it does ultimately fail, because ultimately there's a lot of stupid shit in here, and like you could actually probably watch this with friends and get drunk and like, or high or both, and like actually just have a fun time with this, because there's like a lot of
We did get the whole theater to ourselves, and we
yeah,
were just kind of shitting on it,
I
making jokes the
know.
whole movie,
We just couldn't
which is
help it
fun.
at some
Yeah.
points. There's just some things where you're like, what? Or like, whatever. And thank God we were in an empty theater, because I was just like, we definitely would have pissed someone off, where they would
Oh
have
yeah.
gotten up and been like, can you
Someone would have
guys
been
shut
mad.
the fuck up? Like,
Oh, we we were coming off as like we were basically like those guys from the fucking Muppets. The
yeah,
ones that
no,
from the
literally,
balcony.
literally the
Just
two
making
old
jokes.
guys.
Yeah, the
But
fucking
then
old
again,
guys
I was
just
also
shit.
thinking, I was like, maybe if there was someone else here, like they wouldn't even say anything, or maybe they would just be like, yeah, I can't even blame these guys, this fucking ass. But what do you kind of agree with that? You think like where there was enough things here where this was maybe almost passable to you, but then like kind of with the writing and shit, it just, because I think visually like it's very good, or like it's very close to the games, I thought.
They do have like moments where like the CGI didn't look exactly the best at
No,
times. Like
it's
when the
mainly like
thing,
those white creature things or whatever. Those looked horrible.
yeah, when they're spitting at him, you're like that's not the best looking.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it does like the actual setting when it's like authentic effects like for the
Hmm.
actual where he is and
The
stuff.
city itself, or the town itself, and
Yeah,
like
like
how
not
the
without the
buildings,
CGI, not the CGI parts, but
the
the actual like
practical
practical stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad. I was impressed. I was impressed for that stuff. In the
So
designs
kudos
for,
to the set designer, I guess, right?
yeah, congrats to them and
Yeah,
the person who created like the designs for the creatures do
because
a
you
good
did
job in that.
you did an amazing job with this movie. Not sure I can say the same about some of the other aspects here.
Don't know why they couldn't just give him a fucking authentic beard instead of a CGI one later. But
Yeah.
what, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Well, that's something we can talk about. That's not even like a spoiler, really. You know what
That's
I
just
mean?
a weird
Yeah, that's
decision.
just a weird
That's just
thing.
a weird
Yeah.
decision they made.
And honestly, like that was one of those things going into this that I heard, and I was like, I gotta go see this. Like, I bet that looks awful. But even something like that, I was like,
It wasn't the worst.
yeah, I
But
really couldn't even notice it actually. Where I was really, you know how when people start picking those things apart, or like, or notice certain things, you start paying attention to it.
yeah,
And so I really started doing that with all those scenes where he has a beard, because it's not many. And I was like, this actually doesn't look terrible. Like, I don't think this is yeah, like I honestly zero complaints with that. I think they should have actually probably had the guy just grow a beard, or something like that, or just done something maybe a little more practical. But
yeah.
I was half expecting it to look like PS1 graphics, or like something really bad where it was like extremely noticeable, and you're like, oh my god. And
He's just got a video game, an old PS1 video game on
yeah,
his face.
and
Just
as we just said, like with some of those
different
like
color.
white
It doesn't look.
some of those white creatures, I forget what they're called or whatever, like those didn't look great in CGI. But I thought there was other things where I was actually genuinely surprised, because I think this has a relatively small budget
Mm.
of like, wow, I'm actually like, I know what, I'm just gonna pull it up actually, because I'm actually just really curious. How much do you think this made, or how much do you think this cost to make?
You know what? I'm going to be bold and say 5 million.
That would be pretty cheap, actually.
Yeah, 23 million.
Wow. Okay.
Huh.
Oh, and the first one had a 50 million budget from like 2006 or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So like for 2006 standards, that 50 million was probably even higher than 50 million by today's standards. So what? This probably had like essentially a quarter of the budget of the first one, essentially, maybe a third of the budget of the first one.
It did seem like it was better than the first one, too.
In terms of like visually.
Visually and just game-wise, because if I remember right, the first one just was not at all like keeping track.
So do you think
the first one also had Pyramid Head for stupid reasons?
I think I did hear that. Yeah.
You're not supposed to have.
Do you think, even though we're not big fans of this and we're kind of even shitting on it a little bit, that like this probably is the best Silent Hill film they've released, though? You think, or?
I hate to say, I think it might be.
Yeah. I
mean, like, I get it. Silent Hill's not a good fucking movie or a thing to adapt into a movie because it's an odd one. It's very much a game about symbolism and stuff like that, and going into someone's like dark psyche and the fucking fucked up shit that happens in the game.
And you also have to have, I didn't think the actor that played James was bad, actually, but it's like I said to you, I'm like, I've never seen this actor in anything else.
No.
So clearly they got just kind of like a mid-tier level actor, and it's like, I think if you guys had actually kind of gone for like a better actor here or something, not that he was terrible, maybe some of the things that they end up revealing with James in terms of his dark past and stuff like that, which, like you said, is kind of always a thing with some of the main characters of Silent Hill games. To me, some of those reveals felt a little jarring. Like, where I just felt like, we're not going to get into it until they spoiled it, but I just thought, like, some of these reveals do not feel like they're in line with, like, this character that we've been seeing and been following so far. Because, like, they reveal some dark things with him.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, did you feel that way, too? Or did you think,
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the Silent Hill franchise. The main character always has some really fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
They got some demons in them, basically.
Exactly.
And not to mention, the whole game is basically about trauma, fucking reliving that fucking trauma and the fucking symbology of the... Like, the monsters always take forms of the fucked up things, typically, in Silent Hill games that associate with the character. Like, someone's big smoker, you'll see a smoking creature. You'll see a fucking... Insert, various things, like in this one. You see a bit that... I think the spitter ones take a dark turn too, but if I remember it, but I can't guarantee that one. I can't remember as much.
Oh yeah, you were kind of saying something to me.
I was theorizing about some of the stuff, but I couldn't remember totally.
Well, from what I've heard with the games, and like from my own experience with like very little of the games, pretty much only playing like very little of Silent Hill 2 and then PT, which I played all of. Yeah, like they always have some dark shit in these, like the fetus in the sink and PT and everything that's like just talking to you and shit. You're like, ugh.
Dead babies in Silent Hill? Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's almost like in every almost.
And they have dead babies in this too. Like so be prepared for some dead baby fetuses, because that's a Silent Hill just tradition at this point.
And like we're it's the whole thing is just it's a trauma game, drama and literal manifestation of it into Silent Hill, the cursed as fuck town.
Yeah, and then this was rated R, but I thought like this probably could have been PG-13, honestly.
Yeah, I guess it could.
Like there wasn't a lot of gore, right?
Yeah, old day PG-13.
Yeah, old day. Yeah, exactly.
Like. Fucking people got bitches these days.
Or hell, we even had shit way back that was PG, but now today would probably be R or something. So it's like, yeah, I think if this was released at some point, it could have been PG-13. You know me, I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to horror. So the main reason I wanted to see this is, one, I make slight exceptions with things at points where it's like, all right, I'll go see Alien. I'll go see Evil Dead.
Oh, God.
I'll go see... a video game kind of horror movie maybe, but if you're someone that doesn't like horror really, like you don't like excessive amounts of gore or anything like that, this is not really a movie that has a lot of that. So don't be worried about going into this and potentially it being too much or too graphic or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think some of the themes are very dark and R-rated, but like they don't really even show or touch on those
it's
as much as they could.
It's left to a lot of interpretation type stuff. I mean, like most of the stuff I was telling you, well, anyway, just because I know I have played the fucking Silent Hill 2 games back in the day, so it was me. And then, just like I said, I couldn't even remember all of it, and I had to look up certain things just to remember some. We'll get into some of those darker themes later.
Yes, but yeah, don't be worried about it being scary. It's not scary. It's actually pretty laughable at points, and
cheesy.
The only thing that's kind of scary, but like even me and Silas discussed how this isn't really scary. It's just more of a cheap thing. Is they have some jump scares in this.
God, the cheap ass jump scares always.
That was more towards the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And then they kind of actually dropped it after. It seemed like that a little bit, right?
Yeah, they seem to not do as much later than.
But at the beginning, they have like 2 or 3 jump scares.
Yeah.
Kind of in the beginning, maybe leading up to the middle, and then for the second half of the movie, they kind of drop even the jump scares. So.
And just focus on the other fucking horror.
Yeah, and like me and you talked about, like it's not even that like. It's not even that I find those scary half the time. Like it is just a smart thing though, where they manipulate you basically. Like they wait those additional seconds to throw you off and stuff. Like with that homeless dude jump scare.
Oh yeah, you see it coming.
Yeah, and exactly. Me and you both saw that coming, but then even it got us the slightest bit where it was just like, God, fuck! Like I knew that was coming, but like it's almost like the second you think it's gonna happen, they wait. Like they're like, wait. Oh, and then as soon as your body's like, oh, maybe not, then they like kind of perfectly do it. So, and and that's just the jump scare. That's kind of how you do one well. But I've never been a fan of that in these sort of movies. But it's not huge on it. So yeah, very little jump scares, which horror movies are kind of known for, and then very little gore and stuff like that too. It's more about
there's only like a few scenes that really have like bigger gore scenes, like what happens that. What's her name? Maria?
Or Mary?
No, not Mary. Maria.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Yeah, like some of the what happened to her type thing.
And then, one of the other things they've been teasing with this, like with I think the very first still that they released for this was of Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
And, we'll get more into some of the spoiler things of Pyramid Head later, but also, if you're going into this wanting a lot of Pyramid Head, you're also barely going to get any Pyramid Head.
Yeah, he only shows up, I think.
2 scenes, right?
2 parts, really.
Yeah. And he's not like just like blink and you'll miss it, but like he's in those parts for like a minute or 2, but there is not much of him in this movie. And even the twist kind of for me of Pyramid Head, I think it's kind of like you said, maybe it could have worked, but then they reveal a twist with him very early that then makes you go like, oh, that's just kind of stupid almost.
Yeah,
I feel like in a way.
Or if they do send a bit of it, as long as you have like eyeballs and actually see what he sees properly. You're like, oh yeah, no shit, no shit, bud.
Yeah. So yeah, don't expect a lot of him. There is a lot of. You okay?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was just
Baby Deadpool's attacking you.
Yeah, dude, he's just coming right at me. Look at that fucking little killer.
He wants his binky. But yeah, I thought the design for Pyramid Head and everything was cool in this.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, it looks good and everything, just not very featured very much. And they have some other creepy kind of little creature designs in this that they're even kind of showing in this trailer that we have up currently.
Oh, the cockroaches to me are one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
Or I mean, when I say worst, I mean they creep me out. I just don't like.
And then that kind of spiderish kind of creature thing too that we were talking
lady?
About. Yeah, at one point.
This has a more darker implication and symbol that you see later. Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up too. So yeah, I'm always, I always go in trying to give these things a chance, and I think we've been pretty fair. Even though like one of the only compliments we have is the set design and everything. Would you say there's any other compliments you kind of have though before we kind of get into our other mainly complaints with this and everything?
I do like that they were trying to at least for a while, like stick more with the actual story of the thing. They were trying to actually keep it pretty loyal to the game and everything like that. It seems like. But besides like just the look of it and all this other stuff, which that's fine. I'm like I do. They definitely obviously played the game. It seems like, especially like with the bot, like some of the boss character creatures and design and stuff like that. So they played the game. But like I said, some of the twists that you see later in the thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, but we'll get to that in the spoiler.
I know.
We move on to that.
It's kind of hard to like not talk about certain things, and I think especially with a movie like this where it doesn't seem like it's something major to us, but we've been reviewing so many movies over the last few years that it's like, well, I guess we kind of do know the things that weren't in the trailers and stuff like that, and then basically the things that would essentially be kind of spoilers. But I think there's not really a whole lot else to talk about with this besides, unless we get into spoilers essentially, because I think we're just going to be repeating a lot of points of just like the acting was bad, and certain the writing was bad and stuff like that. I think the worst offender is the writing here.
Yeah, that kind of does feel like that.
Yeah. But I would also say that the pacing wasn't terrible, actually.
No, it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, like for a movie that's not very good, it's always interesting how that'll happen sometimes where there's certain movies that you don't like, but then it'll just drag and drag and drag, like War of the Worlds. But
yeah, it's
like where we had to keep pausing it every 10 minutes. You're just like, holy fuck. But like this was bad, but like not to the point where the pacing was actually pretty decent for me here. And maybe it was just because we were kind of having a little fun with it and laughing at it a little bit too. That was the reason. But to me, it could have been a lot worse, the pacing here. So surprisingly, for almost being a 2-hour movie, I think it's an hour and 56 minutes or something like that. It went by pretty quick. I thought.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it.
Yeah.
Too long after a bit.
But like I said, I always find that interesting because it's like, but I only have like one positive here. Like, how was it that it went by quick like that? Like you would figure if you have so many negatives that like that it would go by, the pacing would be terrible for you or whatever. Because even War of the Worlds, we were poking fun with War of the Worlds and stuff too when we reviewed that, or we were watching that and stuff too because it was so bad. But like, god damn, the pacing was really bad for that one. But yeah, so it's also, if you're just interested and you want to go see this, but you've heard all the bad reviews and everything, bring a friend. You'll probably have fun and it'll go by quick at least.
Yeah, you guys can shit on together at least. It won't be that much.
And then if you don't, you can't make it to the theaters. Me and Silas talked about how this is literally, I think, got 10th place in its first weekend domestically. So like this is going to be out of theaters like tomorrow at most places, and it already kind of had a more of a limited release anyway than most films do. So this is going to be on VOD, I'm sure, in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's going to be one of those movies, like how there's some of those movies, not as much in the last few months, but like there was that point where it would be like, oh, that movie just came out, 3 weeks later it's on VOD or whatever.
It feels like it'll be right to stream.
This is definitely going to be one of those ones. I know it hasn't been happening as much in recent months, but this will for sure be on there in like 2 weeks, I'm thinking. But yeah, if you see it in theaters, bring a friend. That's how you're probably going to get through it and have some fun with it.
You can all shit on
yeah, make sure it's empty. You make sure you go to a showing that has an empty theater. And then, if you can't, it's no sweat. You probably
don't be obnoxious. No obnoxious yelling in the theaters. Those are always fucking
unless I guess they can if they go and there are other people there and they also start talking and shitting on it too, right?
I mean, that's
it's a free for all.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
At that point, just enjoy with everyone.
But is there any other things that you can think of that we'd want to bring up before we get into the spoiled it territory?
Nah, I say we go right into it.
Fuck it, let's do it. All right, guys, we're going in the spoiled it territory, so you know what that means. Get out if you do not want to be spoiled. And
this is on you.
Yeah, if you do, it's on you, and we're about to spoil it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right.
James is a shit person. God damn it.
Yeah.
He has a dark, fucked up side.
Yeah, what the fuck? So James, good old James, as we referenced at the beginning of this, you know, he's our main character. He's our Jimmy boy, as that fat guy called fucking.
Oh yeah, he did call him Jimmy. Jimmy boy.
Jimmy boy, like kicking him in the fucking
we
stomach.
don't know what happened to him. He just fucks off.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that guy.
What was the point of introducing that guy? Actually,
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure in the games, like the fat guy dies later, or he's like an asshole to you, and then I forget if you kill him or something else. Just
knowing this movie, it was probably fucking all part of James' imagination. The fucking fat guy or whatever.
I mean, we did say it looked like James. Fat James. So maybe this game was trying to tell you, oh, dude, it's James. This is what James sees himself. He's a fat fucking loser.
Yep. And it almost maybe him like beating up James is supposed to represent like him beating up himself. Basic. I wouldn't be surprised with this fucking movie and the sort of shit that they did. I mean, we had a bunch of Marys,
so why can't we have a bunch of James?
Yeah.
Granted, you would think there would be more of a wrap up with if it was him. It was meant to be a fat him. You would think they would, do something else to the character, other than just be like him fucking just walks with him and just proceeds to tell him, dude, you're a fucking fat loser. or not fat guy calling him a fat loser would actually be funny.
Hey, fuck you. That's you, bud.
Fuck you, Jimmy boy. You brought the pyramid head here.
Yeah.
This is your fault. What do you think? It just runs off.
Did they even say what that guy's name was?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember, honestly.
But yeah, the big thing with this movie is that they kind of keep doing this thing eventually where you see that like
flashbacks and shit like
that. What is it exactly? I don't even fucking know, and we just finished it. I'm like, was it that James a lot of this was in his head, or was it that James is basically just so mentally fucked up that like somehow his memories are almost like scattered, or like he's viewing his memories,
I think,
in his head as almost scattered, as like sometimes he's seeing something that's past, sometimes he's seeing something that's present, sometimes he's seeing something from the past again. It's all kind of getting mixed up and blurred, right?
So yeah, like basically the idea is James is going through his trauma of the past.
Yeah.
Like, the fact his wife, or how Mary's was him discovering that she's part of a fucked up satanic cult in Silent Hill. But apparently that's not the big evil. That's not the big thing in this. Actually, James looks like an asshole. They make James kind of look like a dickhead for actually for being concerned about her being in a cult, this weird satanic cult that he witnessed her being like drinking some fucked up shit and being covered in blood while everyone's like touching her creepily.
Yeah,
fucking in the thing. But anyway, so I think it's him like exploring his fucked up psychological trauma that he's suppressed. The memories, a lot of them he's suppressed into himself.
Yeah, because that's clearly the approach they're trying to take with this, is that like essentially some things happened with him and to him that were so fucked up that like he's just tried to block it out of his memory, essentially.
In the words of an Adventure Time, into the mind vault.
Yeah.
Well, that's going in the vault.
Which, it is a very real thing that people do. I just think they take it to some extreme lengths with this, where it becomes a little ridiculous of like, you wouldn't remember that? Like, you seem like... Or it's just that like he seems
her full name.
know what I think it is, now that I can kind of articulate it or describe it a little bit more. I haven't seen the full thing. It's that he seems like sane. He seems normal. He seems even like a nice kind of chill guy. And then they kind of give you some reveal eventually at some point that shows you he is a total dickhead. And to me, that just did not work for how they wrote this character throughout most of this. Just to have some reveal that he's actually a rapist, and also and then just
so. We should explain it, the full story, that aspect. So anyway, as we find out, his wife got sick and is in the hospital, and she's like dying slowly and in a fucked up, horrible way. Which I still think it's because that stupid cult that made her drink something,
that thing,
that fucking ritual.
Yeah,
but that doesn't get fucking really explained much.
Well, then it's like I said to you, that's what I was thinking basically too. But then why was it in that same scene that we then see her after she drank that get like where everyone's like crowd surfing her basically, and then they like bring her into the middle of everyone. And they all just start like going at her with their hands, like basically like ripping her apart, or like she's bleeding and everything.
They just
that was so confusing to me, like with then having the reveal that she was in the hospital and kind of dying afterwards, because I was like, I'm assuming this takes place after that.
Yeah, it does.
But then we had assumed at the time we saw that other scene of like, oh, this was James seeing how his wife got killed.
Yep. And like, it's him confronting his wife.
Yeah.
Don't forget, like, it's like when he's drunk, he's apparently, after seeing that, he decided to get super drunk and blasted and wait for his wife to come home. And then he confronts her and says, pack your stuff, we're leaving. These people, it's a cult. And suddenly she doesn't want to go. Or her
oh, yeah, and then I
don't want to go when you're like this.
When you're scared. And it's like, what? Like,
I mean,
he was kind of being a dick and was angry. Like, you should have said, honestly, I don't want to go when you're being angry. Like, this isn't you or something. Instead, like, she almost just sounds like,
scared.
Yeah, like, where it's like, so.
No shit, bitch. I just witnessed a
literally, where it's just like, fuck you. Like,
I thought you were gonna possibly die.
Literally, where it's just like, yeah, I'm scared. Like, why are you saying that almost as if it's a bad thing? Like, what the fuck? You should be scared too. What the fuck?
Bitch, I thought you were trying to escape this. Yeah, we find out. Apparently, she's like, and she was at the bus stop thing, and until James like fucking runs over her.
That was the stupidest part in this movie to me.
And then suddenly that changes her mind, where she doesn't go to the fucking. Where she was trying to get away from Silent Hill, and then decides to actually go back the moment James.
That was so stupid.
Decides to.
And what was even more stupid was like
and
the whole fact.
Him for it. She blames him for that shit. Like, oh, you brought me fucking that.
What I was referencing earlier. Well, yeah, that was stupid too, but that was really stupid. But
why didn't you tell me, bitch? I would've just...
The more stupid thing to me, which, you know, this wasn't even really a spoiler, so we probably could have talked about it earlier. But like, it's not a big spoiler at least. But like, literally that part at the beginning when he knocks her bags into the road and everything, and then the bus comes up. And then, like, he's still trying to get that bag together. And then, like, it literally falls again after he, like... After they
picks it up.
Oh, shit, I forgot again or whatever. And then, basically, the bus just parked for literally, like, I shit you not.
And the driver's, like, in a rush, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a...
But how long did it stay... Like, when it got into the little spot and stayed parked, how long was it there for at most? 5 seconds, right?
I think even less.
I know. Yeah. I think it's actually probably 3 or something. I was saying at most though, like 5, right? Because
he just takes off and she waves him off like, you know what? He dropped the shit. Just go. Basically, what happens is this motherfucker couldn't wait.
That's what exactly. The bus pulls up to this spot. It just pulled up there. It's been there for 1 second, and right when it pulls up, James drops the bag again. And then basically, like, 3 seconds have passed since it stopped. But then she's just like, no, it's going to take too long. Like, just go. Like, just waving the bus on.
Totally not like you can just throw it right in the...
Literally. Right, but, like, me and you were just both like, what? Like, this is one of the first scenes of this movie that you're just like,
she apparently didn't really want to go.
And
it shows the fact that she just stays there, too, this whole time. And still participates in the fucking weird rituals, apparently, in their own house. Still weird.
I'm not a fan of either of the characters. Not a fan of her. Not a fan of James.
Yeah, they're both fucking not good people, to be honest.
Not a fan of the whole cult thing that like you find out why she was basically involved. Because like I feel like if they were gonna introduce an element like that, why didn't you go more into that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't mind it being in there.
Yeah.
That is Silent Hill. Silent Hill's like a fucked up cult fucking city that's like haunted by this evil god, as they put it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. It was just how little it actually ended up featuring. It was basically just like, well, you may as well not even have touched on this if that's how little you were going to feature it. And then not only that, but like...
It makes it look fine. It's like a normal thing. Apparently.
Yeah.
Or there's like parts that show like she's uncomfortable with it, but at the same time she does not do anything to escape these people whatsoever. She just goes with everything they do.
Yeah.
And then like,
and I'm like
said, when James even wants to leave, he tells her to want to leave.
Yeah.
And she's just like, nah, I just don't want to go because you're angry about that. You're fucking like all puffy and you're scared. You're scared, James.
Yeah.
Which honestly, James was retarded to drink and fucking get drunk before that. I'm not gonna deny that.
Oh yeah.
Another stupid thing of him.
Yeah.
That was fucking. Because we had they showed no evidence of like James before this situation being a drunkard. So he just kind of starts picking up drinking the moment he sees one bad thing.
Oh wait, at the end you're saying?
Not even just at the. I mean, like, but when he's talking to her about it, you know how he was. By the time when he's like confronting her after the ritual at the apartment building, where she says who's scared, blah blah, he's scared.
Because I was gonna say not to defend it at all, because I hate to do this, but they did hint it a little bit. Because remember at the beginning he was at that bar, getting drunk.
But that's after the ritual.
Yeah,
but that's after all the fucked up shit. That makes sense why he would be after that.
True. True. But you're saying why during
drinking in this critical situation
when he was still in the relationship and everything, nothing bad had happened yet.
You don't see he's a drunkard in the relationship. And he just suddenly starts drinking the moment
he's just an idiot.
It's not a time. This would not be a situation to drink. This is a situation of you panicking and saying we gotta go. I would be fucking trying to get her to go immediately after this. This is something you see
James just sucks.
He does, and it gets even worse the moment she's in the hospital, as we find out, find out. Like I'm telling you, because in the games they kind of tap on this or bring this up as, well, fucked up warning to fucking because the fucked up shit James is. While she was sick, in the hospital recovering from the sickness where she's just doing terrible. And it's implied based on the,
they don't show anything.
The symbology of it. It's the symbology and the creature design that actually looks.
Yup, that's the closest it gets to kind of showing it. But even that isn't I mean, it's gross, but it's not super graphic. You don't see a penis or anything that. Yeah.
And it's implied that fucking James apparently while she was in this fucking deathbed, in her deathbed type thing of while she's sick as fuck and everything, he rapes her.
Yeah.
Or can I say that? Sexually assaults.
No, rape. You can say that. That's literally what happens. So you can. Yeah.
He does that apparently in the thing in the thing, which led to a stupid thing of him just saying sorry, and I guess that fixes him.
That was fucking. Yeah, that was so stupid.
And it's implied that he got her pregnant from that. And you also find out as she's as the thing, he at some point in the future, after that, he ends up. Well, it's also implied that, based on Silent Hill, the other girl that looks like her,
the prostitute.
Yeah, in the games, it's implied that it's basically said it's a prostitute and he had sex with a prostitute while she was in the deathbed. They don't really go over that in this one as much. She's kind of just there.
Yeah. And even
she looks like her. She looks like Mary.
And they addressed that at one point, but then it was just there was really no point in having this character here.
I'm not sure if she's supposed to be a prostitute in this one. She might just be someone who looks like her, and maybe she liked him, but he decided not to go with her because I mean guilt probably because
then you said that other lady, the black-haired lady, that was supposed to be another version of his
it's the
basically the one that he raped or whatever.
It's
because anytime he approaches this woman that has the black hair, that's basically another figment of his imagination version of his wife. She's basically get away from me and stuff like that, and everything, where you're clearly she's been violated in some way and everything.
Yeah, she's afraid of him.
Yeah, and she's afraid of him and everything.
She's and it's horrific. It is it's really fucked up. Especially
it is.
When you see the scene where he's sucked into, literally inside of her, which I'm pretty sure is symbology for being
inside. Yeah, that's what that's what I was kind of thinking.
And then you see the weird melding of where it's a monster that's her and him,
in a mattress or something too.
On a hospital bed, and you're oh
yeah,
and that's. And all he says is sorry, and I guess that makes the monster go.
I fucking hated that.
It was.
I'm sorry.
It's dark.
Wow, guys, they made us real sympathetic to this rapist or whatever. What the
damn
fuck?
Mary. But
not that it's much better, but
I know it's not much better, but it's still fucked up. But anyway, so you got that. So Mary's split into three, or into three pieces that are all parts of her name. Which her
big reveal. We're gonna show the gravestone. She had two middle names. What the fuck?
And then you get the little girl that James keeps chasing around. That has that her name's Laura, which is one of the
middle names. Yeah.
And I guess she's holding what James saw as a doll at first, but it turns out it's the unborn fetus. Or hinted at that it's the unborn fetus that he did actually end up killing when he killed his what? Spoil. Oh fuck. Yeah, he kills.
Oh no,
his wife.
we're in spoilers. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're spoiled at territory.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, he ends up killing his wife because putting her out of her misery. She says she wanted to die at that point, but which sad as fuck. But it's like, it's also a thing. He killed his own baby and the girl
And
woman he loved.
yeah.
So
and then didn't remember that.
Yeah, he didn't not remember the names.
I don't know. It's to me, it's just like I guess it kind of made sense, but it just seemed like one of those reveals where you're just like, it's kind of stupid. Like this is the big reveal of the movie is that like you were the one that kind of did it the whole time, and then not only that, but then they kind of do that other stupid thing that some movies do. Like everyone hates that trope, where like
it's in his head.
Yeah, exactly. Where they do that. It's kind of a dream, or it was kind of in my head, sort of thing. Like throughout this, and you're like.
I don't remember that in the games. That's
I don't either. Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that was not.
I don't think it was. No,
because it's in the games. It's basically it's a haunted town, and the town uses your evil and manifests it into the world type thing in that town. In this one, it's
almost like he can like. It's almost like it's a different world, and then eventually he almost. It's not actually this, but kind of where he basically gets a superpower. Eventually, like I'm gonna enter and exit it, like. When I wish, basically, like I have more control over this now or whatever, and I was like, "This is stupid."
I think that was like supposed to be symbology of him confronting his trauma and accepting.
Oh, it was for
like,
sure.
They do it in a really dumb way. Like I said, they introduce this therapist who's.
It's like I guess he gets more power or control over it the more he starts to confront reality, right?
Yeah,
but which kind of makes sense. But to me, like I said, it just ended up feeling like one of those things where it's like. But for a movie, though, like this was supposed to be the twist, or this was supposed to be the big reveal, like
the big reveal's all in your head type thing. I don't remember if that was one of the endings in Silent Hill.
Because you said there's multiple.
Because there's a lot of ending.
Yeah.
I mean, I was rooting for the fucking ending where
silly ending.
Yeah, the silly ending where he goes inside the room and he finds a Shiba Inu fucking dog that's controlling on the fucking pad. And
honestly,
like,
that would have made this for me. I would have been like, I actually like this now. This was good.
That'd be such a. Out there fucking ending, but I just have no choice but to respect it. I'm like, you know what? I can respect that. I respect that crazy, dumb as fuck ending.
Yeah, no, for sure. But they didn't go that route, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No silliness, really, besides just the writing. But I'm trying to think what other things. We were just Pyramid Head.
Well, we had
kind of
Pyramid
addressed
Head,
that
like
stuff.
What the symbology of Pyramid Head beating the shit out.
We didn't reveal that. Yeah, that's right.
The spider creature, which is also like
his wife.
Like, and it's supposed to like symbolically showing how he sees himself as a monster, like when he's raping his wife.
Yeah, but then also I don't think we talked about how they reveal that like he is Pyramid Head.
Yes. Yeah. But big spoiler, because even though like. Honestly, you see like when he looks into this Pyramid Head's like broken piece shard.
Why did they reveal that so early?
You can tell it's him, just like an undead version. Like it looks like a undead version of him.
I feel like if they had waited to reveal that later, I still would have thought it was stupid. But I really don't understand why they decided to like reveal that so early too, because that was basically the first scene with Pyramid Head that they reveal this.
Yeah. Like you can see it pretty plain as day. That's the thing. As long as you actually look at it, you're like, "Oh fuck, it's James."
Yeah.
And then you, of course, like the fact that he's summoning it because the guy even says, "You brought it here. You did it." It's like, this is your fault, Jimmy boy. Before running off and fucking shit, but. And like I said, it's basically Pyramid Head is the manifestation of how he sees himself, like, or his not how he sees himself, but how his inner demons type of thing manifest type, all that shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like this is his demon. He's got to fight. But anyway, it's his darker side. It's the Carl Jung idea of like your inner shadow and fucking dealing with that fucked up shit. But anyway,
just love him getting kicked out of the bar at the beginning too, shit faced.
Oh yeah. Hey, he didn't have to pay.
I love how she's like, I think you've had enough, and then he just gets up and then knocks all this shit out. Oh fuck!
He does accidentally.
Yeah, it was an act. He wasn't being a dick, but it was an accident. But it was just like, James, you're such an idiot. Like,
yeah, and then the bouncer decides to kick his ass for that.
Three bouncers grab his ass, like throw him in the fucking garbage outside. I mean that's what he is, so he deserved it.
Yeah,
he deserves worse. He deserved to get like a fucking used heroin needle in his fucking arm or some shit when he got thrown into those trash bags.
Oh yeah. Oh, and
Just
we
fuck James.
should also talk about like the ending. Basically, is the symbology of him. Like,
Oh, with him. I want to die with my wife. And
yeah, I should have died
oh
that day
yeah,
with her.
dude. No,
Like,
that's good that you
oh.
brought that up actually, because like how I brought up during the movie, how the fuck did his car get there?
Just pops.
He parked his car at that spot and then had to walk through all of the woods to get to Silent Hill. And then at the very end of the movie, conveniently his car is just somehow there.
Well, this is inside his head. Maybe that's just his fucking way of doing it.
I guess so.
guess.
That's a good point, actually, even though it's a stupid point also.
Oh, I don't know if he actually, like, it's trying to imply he did actually try and do that in real life, or if this is just what he thinks he should have done in real life, type of thing.
I don't know.
It is a little vague on that.
I was just glad it was over. Especially when like at the very end is just them going back to the beginning. I was like, this beginning.
Oh, yeah. He goes back in time and it fucking switches it, and he like changes the past.
Yeah, that's where it became really stupid to me. Where I was like, what is he, a time traveler now? Because like he almost was back in that moment, and then it was almost like literally what we see in time travel movies, where he's almost like, oh my god, I have another chance to like change things now or whatever. And it was just like
he actually saw all this that moment when he first saw her. This was all just him having a fucking future sight moment where he's like seeing the future.
The whole movie actually was at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was when it was right when that truck almost killed him that his life flashed before his eyes, and he like saw her or something, somehow saw this as a future.
He's like, oh, I saw this in my future sight, and then decides to like, you know what, we're not going to Silent Hill. I'm not dropping you off at Silent Hill. We're going wherever you wanted to head to.
Yeah.
Instead, it's fucking.
But
it's so fucking.
What did you think there was anything else you wanted to talk about in terms of spoilers with this, or?
Let's see. Random homeless man kind of just popped out. No, it like died.
Yep.
Obviously, I think that was just their way of having to show that he a death in there. That wasn't just so.
Introduced the radio mechanic kind of thing, I guess.
The symbology of Pyramid Kid killing the prostitute lady that looked like his wife. Big symbology of him cutting her off from his life, I guess. I think is the symbology of that. It's like, you know what?
I don't need prostitutes anymore.
I'm moving on. I don't want a relationship with this prostitute anymore that looks like my wife. I gotta move on, which, I mean, I can understand the symbology. The way they kind of do it, especially when it's all in your head, is dumb to me. I don't like that as much.
And also, like we said, like, I guess you're supposed to root for the character when he has that moment, but I'm like, but this dude's a rapist and like a cheater. I don't like this character. The more you just revealed to me about him in this third act, now I just dislike him even. I thought he was an idiot this entire time, but now I think he's an idiot, rapist, cheater, piece of shit. Yeah.
I'm like, granted, I think the woman's a piece of dumbass.
His wife sucks too.
The cult gets off easy. The fucking cult shit just is fine.
Well, that's what I said.
James, you're a bigot for not fucking accepting her
and I think that's kind of what I said earlier, where it's like, why did they even bring the cult element into it? Like when that just seemed to get dropped by the end too.
I mean, like I said, the implication of them making her get sick too. I'm like, that sounds like some shit you should inform the police about at this point.
Well, it's also because it's just one of those things where it's like, those are basically the main bad guys if you really think about it. Then they just don't do anything with that either. So it was just, I don't know. Ugh. This has got problems, guys, as you can tell.
Like, it tries to do what like a lot of the game is, but then it just goes and takes a weird turn of when the moment they start saying this is not real type of shit in this town and all this other crap is all just in his head. It does take like a weirder turn.
It does.
Or dumber turn, I should say. Not even weirder.
Do you think some people are going to like really like this? Or do you think like even if some people like this, it's going to just be kind of like right past being passable, basically? Where it's like you probably wouldn't even want to rewatch it. It's just like maybe you thought it was decent at least.
Honestly, I can see that. More, it's like something someone will see and they're like, it's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this mannequin part they're showing in the trailer. I thought the practical effects for that and everything were pretty cool too. Like that was a creepy scene.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with like I said, the creature design was actually decent in a lot of these things.
And then seeing that it only had a 23 million budget we just read earlier, that like honestly the practical effects and the cinematography and all of that, they did a good job in terms of that sort of stuff. It's just, if they had had a better script, this actually would have been probably a good movie with the visuals. Like the visuals are good.
Yeah.
And then it's just all taken down because it's like borderline like some shit you'd see out of like a parody movie, like Scary Movie or something like that, with how stupid the characters are acting at points.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like we review so much, like, and we've seen things that people have been very critical of, like Fallout and stuff. And like this is one of those things, because we reviewed Fallout last night. This is one of those things, like I was saying to you, how people are bitching about all of Fallout and stuff, where I'm like, oh, you think you've seen bad? Like, holy shit, like go watch this. If you think Fallout's a bad video game adaptation, like, ooh, go watch this and you're gonna be like, okay, I want to watch Fallout again. Holy shit, that was actually good. Like but yeah, sometimes you need things like that too to kind of remind you of the good and the bad also, or what you were taking for granted and stuff as well. But I hope people out there who are Silent Hill fans, I hope you enjoy this. I'm sorry if we offended you with kind of thinking this is almost laughable and stuff. It's just our opinion. And honestly, even though we try to be fair of a lot of things, I think we were a little bit of dicks with this. Like, but we had the advantage of being in a theater by ourselves, and this really is like some direct-to-DVD bullshit. So like, we just couldn't help ourselves really. But most of the time, like, I'm going in with an open mind with things. But I think this is just one of those movies where very quickly you could tell basically what the entire thing was going to be.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess like, or I mean, it is like a mix of that, like with. But it's like things you're like, I wish they didn't do. Like I said, all being in your head thing. I hate
that was the biggest thing for me. I thought was really stupid
it's
with
the equivalent
this.
of everything is a dream. Fucking
it
thing
is.
that you see in movies,
and it just made it more
off.
confusing too and stuff in terms of things they were doing with jumping around and things. So yeah, as always, guys, see it yourself. Form your own opinion. Because we didn't like it, but you might love it. And, or you might think you might love it just because it's kind of laughable and everything too. So like you're either, going to have fun, or you're going to like it, or you're going to think it's terrible. But either way, form your own opinion.
Yeah.
And, don't let us decide, that it's just permanently a shitty movie or a bad movie.
And if you liked it, that's good for you, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But
I've seen worse things.
Definitely.
Adaptations, that's for sure.
Definitely. And even though, like I said, I kind of complained about the acting a little bit, I really think the writing was the worst offender. And it's mainly, I do give the acting still as a slight complaint, because like I said to you earlier, I was like, if you got like someone that was a really, really, really good actor though, like not that this would ever happen, but like let's say like Leonardo DiCaprio or something, I think even it would still be a bad movie because it is just a bad script and writing. But I feel like sometimes even really good actors can salvage like a terrible script and actually make it decent or even good. And I think just this guy, like I said, it was the main thing of that I did not buy that whole switch up of like, oh, James has this darker side where he did all this fucked up shit though and everything. I was just like, I was not getting that from this. Like, he seems like he has it pretty together and he's not like losing his mind or anything. Like, yeah, he drinks and yeah, he's like has a therapist, but so do I. So it's just like I don't think I'm James though.
What's wrong with drinking, huh? Trying to say something.
but yeah, so it's just I don't know. I just thought a lot of this stupid, but decide yourself. I'm sure it's gonna be on VOD in 2 weeks, where you can possibly see it for free rather than pay for it at a theater. But
free.
If you do go see it at a theater, I think if you do go see it at a theater, I would definitely recommend like not paying full price for this. So either if you have like some sort of movie pass thing where you can see movies for free or for dirt cheap, I would suggest using that, or go on like half price day or something. Like, do not spend full money on this.
I mean, I am also someone who weirdly thinks at least I hope they break even at least on this. I don't
really. Just because you think they could do like better with the visuals that they had, yeah.
I'm like I said, they tried to at least make
they did
for a good chunk. For most of it, it did feel like they were trying to. stayed loyal to the original adaptation.
And I do find it interesting that, like, even though neither of us think this is very good, that you were kind of like, yeah, this possibly is the best out of the 3 that they've done, though. So I'm like, wow, I really want to see those other 2 now. Fuck.
I mean, like the other ones are made by someone who honestly I don't think really.
Well, the first one actually
played fucking Silent Hill.
The
this
guy
one
who
at least feels like someone who played it.
Well, you know what's funny? We didn't even bring this up yet, but the guy who directed this one directed the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the one that's just called Silent Hill, this is the same director, but then the one that's like Silent Hill Revelations 3D or whatever, he didn't do that.
Yeah, that one was. Wow.
I heard that's the worst one though. Yeah, but yeah, he did the first one and then he did this one. And he's like, I don't even think he's done anything since he did the first one, which was like 2005 or 6.
Oh wow.
So like this is basically like the first thing he's done kind of since then. And I remember when it got announced that he was doing this, everyone was kind of just like, okay, like that first one wasn't very good. Like, why are you doing a sequel with the same director again? Like, what the fuck? And, you know, it kind of got a similar result from what I'm seeing with people online and everything. Because I guess really quick before we go, you know, it's got a 4.1 out of 10 on IMDb. And then Metacritic, 34 from the critics, and then 4.4 from the users. Huh. So it's basically got that would average out to about a 4 out of 10. And I would say I'd actually go a little bit higher than that, but I would still say, like I said, it is right at the point where it's like not a 6, which is passable for me, like where it gets, you know, it's a D- if it gets a 6 flat. To me, it's still failing, but I would say it's like in the 5 range probably. I would say it's slightly higher than this 4 that most people are kind of giving it. But it's kind of like you said though, like, because I did think it was bad. I just thought like I saw some potential at points, and it was wasted. But I think if they did another one and kept visually what this one had, but a better script, you'd have a great movie.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, like I said, Silent Hill's not like an easy fucking thing to adapt into a movie. Yeah. It's definitely a game-focused type of narrative.
For sure, because you need to be like...
But this is actually coming closer to what it is the better out of all the other Silent Hills, honestly.
I think it would be cool, like, especially since it's not even available nowadays, PT, if they, like, adapted that.
Dude, because, like, Norman Reedus, too, on it?
That would be cool. Yes. But, like, just, like... That would be a mind fuck for people, I think, like where it would kind of like if they did it well enough or if they did it right, kind of like the game where like when you play that for the first time, how you just keep opening that door and it's the same room over and over again. I don't know about you, but I remember when I first played that game and then just not hearing much about it and it being the secret kind of thing, even though you just kept going through the same room over and over again, somehow they trick your brain into thinking like, oh, I'm going to walk through this door like, it's going to be this 11th time, not those other 10 times, but this 11th time I open this door, that's going to be like when something jumps at me or some shit.
Yeah, and there's like little changes. Like we've seen movies do that, like where like we just saw Markiplier's like
the bottle room sort of thing, yeah.
Like we've seen Iron Lung take place entirely just in this like
and you see
space that's inside the
exactly, and you kind of see it more with TV, right? Because like Breaking Bad and other shows have done it where they call it like a bottle episode. Like Breaking Bad did it with that fly episode where he's going after the fly, and it all takes place in the lab.
Yeah.
That's called like a bottle episode. So I feel like it's almost called like it's almost like a bottle version of a film, with kind of like you were saying with Iron Lung, and then. If they did a PT movie, it would be something similar, but I think that could totally work.
It can, as long as, like I said, it's all a matter of good writing to go with.
Yep.
Like, in actually throwing in, like, what you're supposed to do. Like, if it's the same room, but was... Because that's the whole game. Subtle little differences and seeing stuff. Don't make it a super long movie, either. That's
what I was just going to say. I was like, it needs to be, like, 90 minutes at most, though. Like just good old-fashioned 90-minute movie, but if they did that for PT or something and the pacing was really tight and they just like kept it suspenseful and everything, that could be fucking awesome.
I mean, I believe it, like it could, especially since it is Norman Reedus. They'd probably
use
for that. So Norman Reedus is a good actor.
Better actor than they've been getting for most of these Silent Hill movies.
Yeah,
and a known actor that might actually get people's butts in seats too, unlike all these other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, I guess the very last thing I'll bring up is the fact that this did terrible at the box office.
I kind of figured.
I think it got let's see. I think it got like
Did you say it made like number 10 domestically?
I think so, yeah. Let's see though, just because I don't want to say that and then be completely wrong, because it might have been like 7 places.
Liar!
You lied to me.
You are fucking fake. You're fake, phony.
It got it got 12th place. Holy shit! Wow.
What's it above? Anaconda.
So Send Help,
Anaconda's
Iron
right
Lung,
below it.
Melania are the top 3. Zootopia number 4. Avatar, Fire and Ash number 5. Shelter, the Jason Statham one, number 6. Mercy 7. Housemaid 8. Marty Supreme 9. 28 Years Later, Bone Temple 10. Hamnet 11. Return to Silent Hill 12th place.
Anaconda 13.
So yeah, it is down 69% from last week, which was its first weekend in theaters. So, oof, that is not good. But yeah. So hope you like this one, Pose. Don't judge the box office and the ratings. Like we said, check it out for yourself. Definitely form your own opinion. And because if you are a Silent Hill fan, you know that's how you're gonna.
You'll get a lot of good like references.
Yeah,
you'll understand it as long as you.
And because unfortunately, even if you don't like it, that's the only way you're gonna get another movie is if you see this one too. So yeah, just form your own opinion. Go see it.
Probably the reason I said I want to at least break even.
Right. But yeah, and just hope it prays. Hope and pray that it breaks even so we can actually get a good Silent Hill film in the future.
I mean, he improved it from the last one. So
yeah.
Maybe it's just adapting.
It's just each one, the third time's a try.
Yeah, maybe he's just like taking people's hopefully taking people's feedbacks and then just changing it and maybe fixing some of the stuff.
True.
That would be that's a good director and stuff, guys.
Yeah.
That's a good
improving with each film, yeah.
Or he could just totally prove me wrong and he's just fucks off.
Makes the worst one yet. But thanks for joining us on this one, Pose. Appreciate you watching and supporting the channel as always. Thank you, Silas, for joining me on this one. Appreciate it, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Yes. And if you want to follow us or like us, Pose, you can find us on retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV Studios on YouTube, retro-TAINMENT Grill TV on Facebook, Instagram. You can find us at 2PoseNapod, Borges and L, and Grill TV Official. X formerly Twitter, you can find us at retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV. TikTok, you can find us at retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV. You can also listen to 2 Pose in a Pod on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Overcast, and Pocket Casts.
Yes.
But thanks for joining us, Pose, and we hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Peace.